I am doing some Houdini stuff, so while I'm talking about something different. I hope, by the way, that the audio is fine. I have not reviewed it up until now. I've, not really had the energy, I'd say, to do so. Today I am willing to create something using VOPs, which is just visually scripting things like you might be familiar with in Rhino, Grasshopper, for example, and many more things. But yeah, this is what we're gonna do today. For this, I think we are gonna go with a box. I don't know why I'm always going with boxes, and we're gonna subdivide it really, really finely. Can you please? And I think what we now need is it, what am I finding here? Attribute VE. What? No, this is definitely not what I need. Is it this? I think so, yes. I think this apparently is what we need. As I said, you can code it. I am not familiar with the language, so I'm not gonna do so. What we need now is this place along normal thing. Then we can plug in the P and then the displaced P. So we can add some scale amount, whatever this is. I don't really know. But yeah, let's maybe, I was interested in whether I can plug in formula math, whether I can plug in some function. Apparently no, I can't, so therefore we're gonna just use a noise. It's gonna be indeed unified noise space pyro field noise. I would like to have a flow noise. So what can I plug in there? What if we just do this? Can I do something then? Is something happening there? No, not really. Maybe noise, maybe we use turbulent noise, something. Yeah, there I have some things there. Yeah. I would really assume that the noise goes into the amount. I don't know if it goes into the amount. I really don't. But we're gonna see. Maybe it's also gonna go into the P, which would also kind of make sense. I've watched a video yesterday on how to do it. Might be the case that I've already forgotten. Yes, but never mind. Definitely the displaced P goes into this P, and displaced number probably goes into number. Where this goes is the question now. Maybe also the P goes inside there and the noise goes inside the amount, or then in the scale, or the shear, the type of noise. Can I? No, apparently I can't do this. I actually thought that I knew how to do this. P is actually a vector, and so it should actually also be, yes, position is also a vector, so this should work. What if we're doing this? What if I'm doing that? Oh, this is the problem. Okay, so notes to myself, you need to activate things so that you can actually see something. So the question is, yes, it does something. Roughness, I want it to be quite rough. And it already looks quite interesting. The question is, what if I do this. And or that. Okay, I see it does something. It's not really what I think I want to have. So we're gonna get rid of this. And this is what we're having. I do like this here in the middle. I think it has something. It is not as nice as I would like it to be. The question is, do I need that? Do I need that? I see. So the noise just goes into the amount, and then it would actually already do something, but definitely not into the P. Okay, so the P is not of importance here. Okay, that is nice. So we're having that. I would like to have another noise. I don't know, but I think that the flow noise was actually quite interesting. Unified noise, Voronoi noise, anti-aliased flow noise. I think that I'm willing to have this one. Yeah, right. Position goes into that, nose goes into the amount, and we'll see what is gonna happen. I do not really like this shit there. I think it is interesting. The question is, what if the roughness goes up? Okay, roughness going up is actually not that interesting, to be honest. And what is also not that good is that we are apparently having no normals. So either this thing, okay, or having normals before indeed could potentially solve that, but it's okay, I think. 1D noise, 3D noise. I would like to have a 3D noise for whatever reason. And there we're having the flow. You know, which could indeed really create interesting shapes and things and stuff. And I mean, the whole attribute thing, the whole VOP thing can really indeed, I believe, upgrade self-affection. Upgrade things by quite a bit. What if we... okay. If we do this to 10, what is actually always quite interesting, that it is always like this star form that is being created for whatever reason. So we might drop that to 1 actually, because I don't like this star form. I've seen enough of this star form. Okay, there is nothing happening there. Okay, I see. So what if I do 10, 10, 10? Everything is all right, yeah. Then I create something like this, which I think is actually quite okay. Maybe just a bit too much for my taste. It might actually also have something to do with the amplitude, yes. I mean, this could be a rock, a solid rock. We might actually indeed go back to this and maybe scale it like that. Might make it quite the interesting thing. Yes. We go back into this here, and we might actually be merging those two noises that we're having. Might actually also... no, the roughness is actually not that interesting. Self-affection was also not that interesting. Flow rate. Okay. This is doing something. Okay. What can we do else here? Ripples, boxes. Oh. There we're having something really interesting. Something really, really interesting. I don't know if you're familiar with Mandelbrot or whatever you pronounce it, Mandelbulpa. There's also another thing. It's basically fractals, and fractals are one of the most interesting geometric shapes that I've seen in my whole entire life, I think. They're so interesting just because there is so much detail in them. The question now is, can I do this and then do that and make something? And yes, apparently we can make something. And we can also change the frequency there to 10. Apparently less frequency is better, so we're gonna do this. And it is really interesting. This is really cool. It just gives me you know, so many different things that we could now be doing, and also I myself could be doing. The question is, max iter the amount. There is nothing more I can change there. I'm just using the UV. What is the velocity? What is gonna happen then? Apparently nothing. Yeah, I just, you know, need the position there. Displacement. As far as I know, we could also add something there. Add constraint, add point, add input sum. What if I just get rid of these two and do this? I mean, now it is adding it. I might be able to add two noises there. We're just gonna leave it at this just because, oh, I see. Okay, this shape, it's really not that interesting. Okay, nothing is happening there either. We could, I think, also, yes, have a look at that then. I would like to know where the displacement is, whether there, yes, there is displace along normal. Control flow, block begin, convert, degrees to radians, float to matrix, vector to vector 2. I I believe that there are so many things one could be doing there. Generic geometry, near point. But, you know, this is creating really good shapes, I think. You know, if there was any way to further, which probably is, further detail it with this Mandelbulper, which was there. Mandelbrot set. Okay, stripes, soft dots again. Might be interesting to see whether we can we just can I do something like this, or do I have to combine it then? Okay, this is possible, which is definitely, you know, not too interesting. I also don't really grasp what is happening there, to be honest. But I can just take this. Okay, apparently it's affecting the other one then. So we might actually, first of all, get rid of those noises. We might add a combine or multiply. Maybe multiply is interesting. And we are just gonna take those two, add this into the amount and see what is happening. And I do actually think that I like what I'm seeing there. It's 1 and a bit more of that. The question is, what is gonna happen when I add another one? Okay, multiply. What about add? What about add? Okay, this is creating that. which is also not too interesting. What if I do this then? I mean, there are so many things that you could be doing now there. I actually gonna make this a bit bigger and zoom in a bit. We might... Okay. That is interesting. Not gonna lie. What about the P then? Okay, the P value does not do much. We might actually choose this P and do that and not that apparently. Scale. I mean, we could then scale it. For me, the question always is, what if I do that? Okay. It's just gonna get bigger. This is just gonna get bigger. I mean, I do like the general form of it, you know, what it does. But what if I get rid of the P? Apparently this does nothing. We have matrix, we have material effects, we have quaternion, whatever this is, we have pyro, dual rest, pyro displays. Can I do something with that? P displays. Can I just plug that in there? And this in there. Displays amp. Okay, I see. Does this do something over time? No, it doesn't. I see. I see. What about that? I think that there are just, you know, trillions of options that one could go through. Pyro displays. I do not necessarily like it that much, but I would like to have this. Maybe we indeed combine one noise with the Mandelbrot thing. I just don't know what I did there now. Okay, there we go. Okay, I see. Does the shear actually also do something? Apparently not. Can I do this? No, I can't. So I might actually... What about math, actually? Exponential. Divide. Round the inverse sign. What if I do that? I mean, it could really get interesting there. The question as well is whether I should just, you know, subdivide it even more to just, you know, create more detail. And yes, it apparently does create a bit more detail. Not too much, not too interesting, but it does something. We might actually also have a look at... Let's get actually rid of these few things. And create something good. Something good, something interesting. Patterns. We have patterns there. What does this pattern actually do? We're gonna have a displays. Distance, displays along nose, distance. Yeah, I think indeed we just need this. Amount to amount. Point to point. Okay, this actually also already does something. frequency. Okay, this is interesting. Frequency, offset, and the radius. Okay, apparently this is just something now. Okay. We are having... What about cellular noise? Do we have a UV there? Yes, we indeed have a UV there. But nothing too interesting happening. I think that we are indeed just gonna use a noise, maybe even a periodic Verley noise, and see what this is doing. Or we're gonna just choose a noise that we know is working or does something at least. The curl noise, or was it the curl noise that I was thinking about? Might have actually been the curl noise. Might have indeed been the curl noise that I think was doing something interesting. We are maybe gonna set the roughness to... Yeah, this does not work. I mean, it's interesting shapes, but nothing too... I can change... Oh no. Nothing too great there. Radius, time, normal. What if I just plug it into the P? I mean, this is cool. This is really cool. And this into the amount. And what if I change that? What if I change the frequency? I mean, it looks like one big pile of something. And yes, oh okay, yes, it's like a sinus curve or something. I don't know. And we might actually indeed also use the Mandelbrot pattern then. Soft dots, ripples, hexagons. Or you might have a look at the tiled hexagons. Hex UV. Does this do something? Does this do something? Of course. We might... Is there a UV? No, there isn't. Size, offset, ID. What is ID even? Does something happen there? Okay. We are just gonna use the Mandelbrot and plug the amount there and see what is happening. Nothing too interesting is happening. What if we choose this noise, plug it into UV, and then also this to the P? I see. Okay, this is happening then. And that is happening then. What about the amount into D? No? I mean, this has something. It definitely has some detail. I like that. But, you know, once again, nothing too concrete. Maybe it's also the Mandelbrot that I don't like that much. I don't know. Also does not necessarily do too much. Maybe the offset. Maybe also the frequency indeed. And there again the P. No. Let's just get rid of the mandel. I do like this thing. We might actually indeed also plug in this and see what's happening, and nothing happens. Good. Let's get rid of you and let's see if everything is fine there. Yes, it is. So we're having this pile of something. It's just some noised stuff. What if we subtract something from another? This input and that input and plug it into the P. And it already looks like something a bit more. What about the amount? I like it. I actually indeed like it. I don't know what I'm seeing there, but I enjoy it. Maybe also doing this. No, this did not do that much. Because it has some smaller things, some bigger things. Some things. I mean, this has something. Is this a flower now? Is this a flower now? No, it's just some shit. This is not too bad indeed. Shia Tishia. We're just gonna plug in everything that we're having here. And we are gonna add another, maybe just, you know, this thing. And we're gonna add it into here. We're gonna use this position and see what is happening. Amplitude. Okay, roughness. A lot of roughness. Not a lot of roughness. I do actually like this kind of organic shape that we're having here. What about the kernels actually? Okay, I see. Apparently we need a lot of roughness there. Or just not a lot of roughness and a lot of attenuation. Maybe a lot of turbulence. Maybe we need a lot of roughness. I think I do like this shape. I think that I'm gonna end there. I guess that, you know, we have achieved something quite interesting. So yeah, hopefully gonna see you soon.